Hey everyone, good morning. Nice to see you all again. So today's going to be kind of like a crappy day outside. It's going to be really kind of rainy. So we thought we would do some more pressure canning. So today we're going to do tomato sauce. And we're hoping we can do, 18 jars. We're hoping to do a whole bunch today. And we'll see how that goes.
So we're using our pressure canner today. We have it filled up, 18 jars, hoping to do the whole batch. We're going to do a batch of tomato sauce. What we're going to do is process all these tomatoes fresh from our garden. We're going to boil them for a quick second, or a couple seconds, to get the skin off. Once you put them in the hot water, the skin pops and then it peels right off. It usually takes anywhere from 10 seconds to a minute, depending on how ripe the tomato is and the skin. We're using a combination of plum tomatoes mostly, and then there's some other random tomatoes in there that we planted, but mostly plum tomatoes. They have more meat, so they're a little bit better. You get more bang for your buck when you're doing like a sauce or something like that. So once they're done, the skin popped, we're going to put them right into the ice bath, cool them off, and then we're going to process them. We have this machine. So it's the tomato press. Just got this off Amazon. Wasn't anything crazy. Pretty inexpensive. It's all pretty much plastic, but you know what? It works great. Separates all the skin, which we usually try to peel the majority of the skin off. But it separates all the seeds out of it, which is great. Seeds, I think, make the pasta sauce a little bit bitter. And when there's a lot of seeds, you don't want all those seeds in your pasta sauce. It just doesn't look right, and it has that bitter taste, especially when you bite into the seed. So we like to take them out. Before we had this, we did it by hand. That was not fun. That
No, was it?
All day long. It was a horrible idea. I think we did a couple patches of salsa and one thing of sauce with it. When you have this, the only thing I don't like about this, which is not much you can do, is that it grinds everything to a fine, texture. When I'm doing salsa, I like some chunks of tomatoes in there. So I'll use this for almost like a base, and then I'll do some tomatoes by hand, unfortunately, and cut them up that way, take the skins out by hand. But this machine for grinding up tomatoes is just fabulous, and taking out the seeds. We'll show you how we do it. We'll put it in. Usually I'll get a whole batch and I'll put it in again just to run it through a second time, get that texture a little finer and any seeds that may have passed through. And all the waste comes out this chute here, and we're going to feed all that waste to our chickens, so literally nothing gets thrown away. Very little gets compost, just the little stem tops, and everything else can go to our chickens or in the sauce.
So just to show you what you're looking for like the slit in the tomato and the skin to start peeling off. That's done. We put them right into our ice bath.
Which really doesn't have much ice in it now, but it's the last couple we have. So
Yeah,
let
the
those
water's
cool.
still nice and cold.
Once those cool, we'll pull up the skin real quick, pull out the core. I got this little tomato core, which is nice for the round ones. The plum, I can kind of pull out the core. So it goes pretty quick. And once they're done,
Ta-da! Ooh, you go relax. There you go. Looks good. So we already have this pan full, or as full as it's gonna get anyway. And this is all the seeds and all the skin that the chickens are gonna get as a nice snack.
Alright, so we're going to add our veggies to the sauce. We got some peppers, onions, garlic, some zucchini, a little bit of yellow squash threw in there. And then we shredded up some carrots and a little bit of zucchini in there as well to get the flavor would break down better. I like the sauce with veggies in it. Heather not so much, but she will have to live with it. So I like veggies. What I'm going to do is I usually put them right into the pot, but I've been doing a little bit of reading. I think I'm going to saute them first to get them a little bit softer. I usually cook my sauce for like 2 to 4 hours or so. I'm going to do it a little bit less because we're canning it. We have to do that process and just a lot to do. So I'm going to saute them. Today's going to add a little bit of flavor as well to the sauce. So I'm going to saute the veggies, put them in the sauce, and then we'll show you all the herbs that we're going to put in there as well.
We're adding all the veggies to our sauce now that they've been sauteed.
Alright, so all our vegetables are in the sauce right now. Now we're going to do all our spices and herbs. So we're going to do a little bit of a combination of fresh stuff, obviously stuff that we have out in the garden, and some dried stuff. Mostly the dried stuff is from our garden as well. A few things are. But so we have some bay leaves, sage, marjoram, some crushed hot pepper. I'm just going to add just a dash of that, just to give it a little bit of flavor without making it spicy. Thyme, a little bit of celery seed, pepper, salt, can of tomato paste just in case we need it. I don't like thin sauce. If it's too thin when we're about to can it, probably the last thing I'll do is add this to thicken it up. Then we got some parsley, a little bit of rosemary, oregano, and basil. So there's two things that we're also going to add. I like putting a little bit of sugar in my sauce, give it a little bit of a sweet taste. Not too much where you can really tell it's sweet, but I like putting some sugar in. It takes away a little bit of the bitterness as well. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in it. We usually don't, but we're going to can it. So I'm hoping this adds a little acidity to the sauce, so it cans and preserves a little bit better. I've read that's what you're supposed to do, especially when you're just doing whole canned tomatoes. But I'm going to add a little bit of this, see how it comes out. I'm sure it can't hurt.
Alright guys, so we've let the sauce simmer for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2-3 hours.
A little bit, yeah, about 2.5, 3 hours. And now we're ready to process them. So as you saw, we dropped all of our jars into the boiling water. And now we're going to wait 5 minutes and then we're going to start jarring the sauce. And I can't wait, it smells so good. Well, I'm impressed. I wasn't sure how many jars it was going to fill.
Perfect. So now we know moving forward, no matter what we do, one full pot.
Yeah.
This.
And we filled it, I mean, right at that top line. We filled it.
Pretty much the tip of the sheet. Perfect gauge.
Huh? Sweet. It's always good when you know you had plenty. Not like one jar too short, that would have been a bummer.
Oh my god, it's real life.
Maybe we should bring it near the stove next time.
Now I know why it has a warning of not to use on a glass stove. Because that glass stove would shatter.
Alright, and then same deal as before. We wait for the steam to come out of this part.
Right.
Wait 10 minutes. And then we put our 10-pound weight on it and set it for 25 minutes. Did I get it right?
I think you got it right in the dot. You got it.
Sweet. Alright. Let's wait for the steam. Alright. Time to put our 10-pound weight on. Alright, it started jiggling. We set the timer. And now we wait. The one thing about pressure canning, there's a lot of waiting at the end. You wait, and then you wait. And then you wait some more. Alright, the 25 minutes is up. Now
New Gatorade Zero.
we wait until our gauge goes down to 0. Alright, the jars are all done processing. And now we're going to take them out.
Let them cool.
$18 jars of sauce. Not too bad. Alright, so there you have it. There's all of our jars. We finally finished after 9 long hours, but it was well worth it. They look really good. So we shall see. Alright, everyone have a great night. Bye.